Howdy, all y'alls. As you know, I'm working through my patriotic set, and yeah, eventually I would like to memorize all of the tunes together so that I can play a set for an audience at some point. Might happen, might not. But anyway, um, there's one tune that has always been a block for me, and it's "God Bless America." Now, I like the tune, but I understand the history behind the tune as far as I know it. and so it's kind of a thing where this is from what I understand. This is not from what I know. Okay, so feel free to correct me on this. But the person who's most famous for singing "God Bless America," from what I understand, was a strong believer in eugenics and that the human species should be engineered towards a more perfect white society and everything like that. And they did a lot of experiments on uh, uh, Africans in in the United States, and there was a lot of prejudice and unfounded suppositions against people who weren't white, and uh, just kind of express my understanding in my disdain towards that movement, which and I really don't want to get into politics too much, but there was a lot of discrimination in culturally. At one time, we had 5 generations alive in my family, so we had a lot of history and old-fashioned concepts towards race and uh, other things and religion, because I was born and raised LDS, or Latter Day Saint Mormon kind of thing, and the the culture in the Salt Lake Valley was pretty much white supremacy kind of thing, and it it's just part of American history, part of culture, and something that needs to be looked at in the face and acknowledged that that happened and that it was wrong. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. I couldn't care less as far as that is. There's all kinds of suppositions that go along with justification of racial bias and whatever, and it's the United States is in a quandary now, trying to figure out what's what still, and I don't think it's something that's going to go away anytime soon. But it's human nature to be tribal. I'm not justifying anything, but you got Pakistan, and you got India, and you got Iran, and all these other countries who and people who are always fighting against each other because they feel that their own culture is superior to other cultures. All right, so same with the Chinese, the Koreans, and lots of stuff. So this tune, "God Bless America," from my understanding of this tune, is the person who is most famous for singing this tune was a Sangerite. I call them Sangerites. Margaret Sanger was a person who, from my understanding and perspective and education, was had the opinion that anybody who wasn't white was inferior to everybody else that was white, and they used that as a justification for their bad treatment. And so, "God Bless America," every time that pops up as under copyright, I understand why it's under copyright, and um, I'm not going to get into the business of apologizing for everything else that somebody else did, and I'm gonna. It's kind of a touchy uh, thing with race and religion and politics. Now, I grew up in an environment in which half of my cousins, or all of my cousins, are part Navajo, and uh, so and one of my uncles was a code talker for in World War II Navajo, because they couldn't translate the Navajo language, and so you have the Navajo code talkers, and I have uh, 5 stepsisters who are from the Chamorro tribe in Saipan, and there's drama in that, all kinds of stuff like that. But as far as race, I grew up in an environment where the color of somebody's skin was the least meaningful thing in the culture I grew up in. It wasn't somebody who has brown skin is superior to another, or anything else. It's just a part of a history that is slowly sliding away. That's the one good thing I think about Salt Lake City, is the multicultural aspect. I think Salt Lake City, Utah is a nexus where all of these separate cultures can come together and maybe not unify, but gain understanding of each other. And not, I'm not saying tolerance. The tolerance to me, tolerance means you're always uncomfortable with it, and you can't accept the change, or you can't accept something that's different. That's tolerance. That intolerance means you can't give up your preconceived notions of what somebody else is, and that's the way my brain interprets that. Me, because I'm a bus driver, I've been in the business since transportation business since the 2000s, and I have encountered people from probably every culture on Earth at some point. I understand the Islamic religion, and wassalamu alaikum, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now in the world that right now it's all political, just people trying to grab power or whatever, and whatever corruption is going on is about money that I'll never see, and has no meaning to where my position on this planet is. We're going through rough times, and all you have to do and it's not, oh, can we just all get along? No, that's not it. It's mind your own flipping business. Be as good of a person as you possibly can. If somebody needs help, help them. And that's what it comes down to. Right now, we're in a position where we have a lot of choices that we could make for the better. There it is. Everybody's at the moment is wanting to slide into going to war and going into conflict. China wants to take over Taiwan. Russia wants to take over Ukraine. And these same people, the genetics of these people, they're the same people. It's the politics that's screwing everything up for everybody else. And there's these people that have all the power, and all they want is more power over other people. And it's just, it's stupid, because the only people that win are the people who are completely isolated from normal society. That's the only people that win. Yeah, for you and me, regular bread and butter people trying to survive, I mean, heck, I'm probably going to lose everything I own right now because of a simple foot wound. You know, I want to go back to work. I love driving buses. I love my passengers. I'm being held up by one little thing that's not available in Utah, and I can't get help to do it. So, it's like all these things going on that are being created by the so-called elites, who are just as decadent as the rumors were about the French decadence back in the 18th and 17th century. And, the politicians and the rulers or anything like that are completely isolated from the regular people, and they don't associate with the regular people, and they don't have the same concerns or anything because they have no want. So there it is. So God bless America. I understand why there might be a copyright on it to prevent that tune from being played. And there it is. I wish you guys, whoever's out there, all the goodwill on the planet that can come your way. I think it doesn't have to be this way. And people don't have to suffer or worry about where their next meal is coming from, or whether a bomb. And see, everybody's freaked out over nuclear bombs. And, I just am almost at the point. There's a movie, Waterworld, where the Exxon Valdez is getting ready to sink. And there's this little old man in a boat who says, we're down to 6 feet of the black stuff. And when the boat blows up, the most meaningful part of that whole movie is when that little old man who's stuck down there measuring the oil, and the ship blows up, and his last words are, "Oh, thank God." And that's it. And God is the universal being. It's up to you to decide whether God is evil and follow that path, or God is good and follow that path, regardless of what religion you believe. All it takes is a little bit of understanding, and there it is. So that's my blather. I gotta get back to work on this, my little set here. But there you go. And I'll continue to play my bagpipes poorly, because that's the way it is. And that's my passion, one of my passions. I'm good at a bunch of different things, but my bagpipes have meaning to me, and so I don't care what anybody says if I'm the worst bagpiper on the planet. There it is. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody that comments and leaves stuff like that. I'm going to go back to doing my patriotic set for the United States. And I've got some other projects I'm working on. But that's for another story, because this has been 14 minutes. And I hope we can all figure out a way to get along without blowing each other up. There it is. Yeah, but, it's nighttime or dark in my area where I'm at. and I'm not worried about this getting too good of views. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being tolerant of my adventure in with this set of bagpipes. And there it is. Have a good night. Happy holidays. Whatever those holidays are that are coming up for you. I wish you guys peace and comfort and satisfaction. And let's work on feeding the children and stopping the conflicts that are going on, especially with the conflicts that are well, there it is. I don't want to get into that right now. And have a good night. Happy holidays that are coming up. And there it is. Bye-bye.